Today we're gonna be making kombucha, the elixir of life. So in order to make 1 gallon of kombucha, we're gonna need a glass jar. This is around 1 gallon. It's actually 4 liters, but a gallon is around 3.7, so it's okay. It's not gonna make a big difference. This is just a glass jar to ferment our kombucha. This is just some white granulated sugar. You can use organic cane sugar, or you can use any other type of white sugar. Then you're gonna need some white cloth, like cheesecloth, muslin cloth, or anything that the kombucha can breathe through and do its fermentation process, because it needs oxygen. Okay. You're gonna need some tea. I'm just using some British tea bags. These are around 2 grams each. So each bag is around 1 teaspoon of like free tea, like dried tea. Then you're gonna need some plain kombucha, or if your SCOBY comes with starter tea, which is some liquid that it comes with, then you can use that. But if you have the SCOBY, like mine, which doesn't have starter tea, it just has a little bit of liquid, but that's not enough. Then you need plain kombucha, and you can buy that from the store. And also you can get the SCOBY from Amazon probably. There's many people selling it on there. And then you're gonna need some vinegar, which is what I'm using to disinfect. You can also use other methods, which I'm gonna explain. But I'm gonna use vinegar to disinfect because we don't want other bacteria in our glass jar or anything else, because we don't want it to compete with other bacteria to ferment. Okay, we just want it to do its thing in peace. All right. Then you're gonna need filtered water. Okay, many homes have filtered water from the fridge. They have it just by the dishwashing sink. They have a little pipe that gives filtered water. Or yeah, if you don't have it, then you can do what I'm doing here. I'm just taking this. This is the filter that goes under the sink, but I'm actually just gonna use the pipe, and this is activated carbon and some other things that's gonna filter the chlorine out. Or you might be living in a country where the water is very good and you don't need to filter it. When I was living in Sweden, the water there is very clear, doesn't have any chlorine, so you can use that. But here in Iran, we need to. It's a very hard water, and yeah, so you don't want hard water in your, because it has a lot of chlorine, and that's bad for the bacteria and the things that we need in order to make our tea into kombucha. So I'm just filtering some water into my kombucha jar because I want to just rinse it from any dust or particles that is in there. So you can see this is not the best way to filter your water, but this is what I have. Now that I have some filtered water in my glass jar, I'm just gonna rinse it, get everything out there. After this step, we're gonna put some vinegar in it. We got all the dust particles out there, so now we should be fine. Okay. Got my vinegar. Okay, this is apple. Oh, yeah, it definitely smells like vinegar. So yeah, this is actually one of our group members called Terry. Thank you, Terry. She told me to do this, to just disinfect anything that's in the bottle. That group, you can find herbal friends. You can, just like me, ask questions that you might have. Yeah, I'm just gonna link it down below in the video. So I'm gonna just pour down some vinegar. Let's see, there's some water still in here. Okay, I'm gonna pour some vinegar inside, and I'm gonna rinse it just like before. This is gonna help to kill any bacteria or anything that's in the jar. Okay, I'm just rolling it around. Okay, just rolling it around, just getting everything clean. Remember, you don't want too much left in there, because this vinegar is actually not the same bacteria that's gonna make our SCOBY. Okay, so okay, that's definitely acidic. Oh, can't breathe. Wow. Yeah, vinegar has a strong smell. So yeah, this should be good now. So another person in our Facebook group told me that probably a better way, an easier way, without vinegar to disinfect your glass jar is to just, after you've washed it, put it in the oven at around 200 Celsius, 200 degrees Celsius. I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit, but you can probably just Google it very fast. Yeah, you can put it in there for 10 to 15 minutes, and then the heat is gonna kill all the bacteria and all the microbes in there, so it's gonna be ready for your kombucha to brew. All right, perfect. Oh, I have 4 cups of filtered water in my saucepan. I'm gonna just get it to start boiling, and then when it starts boiling, I'm gonna start putting the tea bags inside, and then it's gonna steep for around 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes inside there. So now that the water is boiling, I can show you here. The water has boiled. If I turn it up, it's gonna start boiling even more. But we don't need that. It's already been boiling. You see the bubbles. So we're gonna take 8 tea bags and we're gonna tie them all together so it's easier to take out later. And we're just gonna put it in there and let it steep for around 15 minutes. All right? Alright, so our tea is steeping. It's around 10 minutes. I'm gonna wait for another 5 minutes. It's very dark. It smells so aromatic and amazing in here. But yeah, so when the 15 minutes is done, I'm gonna add the sugar. We're gonna add 1.5 cups of sugar. And then, so this is 4 cups of filtered water, remember? And the thing is, to make 1 gallon of kombucha, we need 12 cups of water, alright? But if we had boiled the 12 cups of water all at once, we would need to wait for a long time to let it cool down to room temperature, which is 65 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, or that's 18 to 30 degrees Celsius. So we don't want to do that. So that's the reason we use a concentrate tea, and we're gonna add it to a cool mixture which we have here, and cool water. So this is 8 cups. This is 8 cups of US cups, 8 cups of cold water. So when the tea is hot and it's ready and we add the sugar, we're gonna add it to this cold water, and the mixture as a whole is gonna be closer to room temperature instead of having everything boiled together and waiting for a long time or using the fridge. So this is a smart way to save some energy and save some time. All right. So the 10 minutes is finished. You see, it's a very, very dark mixture, and I'm just gonna take off the tea bags. All right, get the last bit of it. You see, it's very dark. This tea is very concentrated, and that's good because we're gonna blend it out, and we're gonna put it into the water over there so it can cool down. All right. Our tea is ready, and it's still very hot, so that's why I'm gonna add our sugar. And we're gonna just blend it and let it solve into the water. That's 1 cup. So we need 1.5 cups, alright? So, yeah. My cup is a little bigger, so I'm gonna add 0.25 cups. But you can add 1.5 cup if you have US cups. And then we're just gonna blend it. We're just gonna use this to let it blend fully. And when it's fully blended, we're gonna go to the next step. So you're gonna keep blending it, and just until you don't feel the small grains of salt, not salt, but until you don't feel the sugar on the bottom. Right now, I'm almost there, but you can still see the sugar. So I'm just gonna keep whirling it, and then you might think like, but Adrian, isn't like 2 cups of or 1.5 cups of sugar a lot, and that's gonna be a sweet drink? Well, not really, because the caffeine in the tea and the sugar that we add, that's gonna be the SCOBY's food. It's gonna use that, and it's gonna turn it into kombucha, and at the end it's gonna be more of a vinegary, fruity taste than really tea and sugar. Right now it's ready. You don't hear the cracking at the bottom, so that's ready. I'm just gonna put it there. I'm gonna take my jar so you guys can see. I'm just gonna pour the tea and the sugar into our jar. All right. It has a beautiful color, as you can see. All right, so I let the jar cool down around 10 to 15 minutes. I feel this has been out in room temperature for a long time. So this is basically room temperature, and I don't feel much difference between them. This is a little warmer, but it should be okay between 60 to 95 Fahrenheit. If you have a temperature meter, then you can check with that, but this should be fine now. So now that everything's ready, I'm gonna add 2. If you have a starter tea with your SCOBY, you can use that. But I have just plain kombucha, and I'm gonna add 2 cups of plain kombucha as my starter tea. Okay. So starter tea is basically when you have made this batch, and you let the SCOBY be in there with whatever left in there. It's very acidic. That's what's called a starter tea. So the fluid that the kombucha resides in. Okay. So I don't have that. I'm just gonna use plain kombucha, and I'm gonna use 2 cups. All right. So I'm just gonna pour 2 cups of plain kombucha, and I'm gonna add it to our mixture. So that's 1 cup. And I'm gonna add the next cup. Perfect. Now we have everything ready for our SCOBY, right? Just gonna add my SCOBY right now. This is my SCOBY. There we go. And the SCOBY looks weird, but it's nothing weird, to be honest. It's just a colony. It's just a colony of fungi and bacteria. Oh no. That's a mess. It feels a little weird to the touch, but it's nothing too weird, okay? Just gonna add a little kombucha on top. Alright, perfect. This is our SCOBY. You can see in there. It's gonna dip it right in there. Alright, perfect. So you can see the SCOBY is kind of floating on the top, right there. And this became a very dark mixture. I can show you even in the light. Let's see. Yeah, it's very dark. And the color will change over time. But we're just gonna put the cloth over, and when the cloth is over, we're gonna put it in a dark place and let it be for 7 to 10 days, okay? That's the usual time everyone recommends. Alright, so this is our cloth. It's our kitchen cloth. You can almost see me through it, maybe? I don't know. Okay, we don't want any particles in it, so I'm just gonna shake it, do whatever I can to get those particles already off there. Whatever you have in your kombucha, the bacteria are gonna feed off of it. The fungi is gonna feed off of it, so we don't want anything other than the tea or the sugar inside. So now that our cloth is ready and our kombucha seems to be ready, we're just gonna cover it on top, just like that. Alright, just like that. So no flies or nothing else foreign gets in there. And I'm gonna secure it with these rubber bands, just like that. Alright, perfect. Now it's ready. I'm gonna tuck it away in a dark place for 7 to 10 days, okay? That's what they say is the perfect time. I'm just gonna put it under here where it's room temperature and it's dark. And also you don't want to be checking on it too often. Just let it do its thing over 7 days to 10 days. The more you touch it and you shake it and you disturb the SCOBY in there, the less of the quality you're gonna get. So just let it do its thing, and then after 1 week you can check it, okay? So let's just put it in there. Alright, that's our kombucha. I'm gonna just pick it up, just like that. I'm gonna tuck it away, right there. Perfect. that was our first fermentation process of kombucha, and yeah, during the second fermentation, which I'll do in the future, we can add fruits and juices to make it just a little bit more, I don't know, tastier, more flavors. And I'm thinking about pomegranate, which is a native fruit to Iran and Afghanistan, I think, and or ginger and lemon, which tastes amazing. Okay, so this drink is gonna be so much better than a soda. It's also gonna be carbonated, and you're not gonna feel bad after drinking it. Okay, because there's not much sugar in it. The sugar is gonna get consumed by the bacteria and the fungi to make kombucha. All right. So yeah. And there's also one other drink that I might even do, and it's called dough. I've had it since my childhood. It's amazing, okay? And it's a Persian drink. It's basically fermented yogurt, something like Iran, or if you have heard of kefir. So it's not a taste that everyone loves, but I love it because my father made us drink that instead of soft drinks from when I was a child. So I just got used to it, and it's amazing, okay? It makes you a little sleepy though, so you gotta be careful. Alright, so yeah, join our Facebook group, and there you can find so many herbal friends, so much information. It's priceless, alright? If you're already from there, nice to see you again. So I'm probably gonna post this video up on there too, so people can learn. And we also have a book coming called Herbalism for Beginners, and I'm gonna give that for free to our group members. It's gonna be a very good book for anyone who's getting started. And you just get rolling with that book, okay? And you get it for free if you're a member of our group in exchange for a review on Amazon, okay? So, alright, take care everybody, bye bye.